Hey guys, it's Rudar here, and today I wanted to do a short little guide here on positioning for Balanced Druid. So this will be mostly about the interaction between you and how your healer needs to play around you to beat melee cleaves. So the question I always get asked is like, how do you beat a melee cleave as Boomy? Now, it's entirely dependent on your communication with your healer and your healer's game knowledge. So we're gonna, for example, take a warrior here, and let's do DK. This will be something that's relatively standard. Doesn't get played a lot, but same kind of thing. Just need 2 melee DPS, and then we're gonna have let's have a Resto Shaman heal us, and we're gonna be the Balanced Druid. So we're gonna ignore, let's say, a rogue or a demon hunter on our team for this example, and we are going to add the enemy team's healer because that's very important. So we're going to put their healer right here. Now, when you're playing this matchup out, usually you're going to want to like try to get dots, move back a little bit, get your Fury Balloon down, your Thorns, and then by the time they connect, you'll bash beam on DK, get his trinket zone. Once he trinket zones, you're going to want to kite. So this is the general script. So trinket zones, we are going to send a wild charge onto our healer. It'll get us to our healer, right? Then we're going to hit a stampeding roar. So now this stampeding roar will be both on our healer and on the druid. So what we want from here is these guys are going to run over to us about at this point, and we want our healer to start running this way. You're running this way, and see how the healer, instead of staying here running with you, they kite an extra 30 yards out. So then 15 seconds later you have wild charge and you can send it again, and now you're at your healer. These guys are probably right here. Maybe they connected to you, maybe they didn't, but you just keep doing that. You wild charge to your healer and your healer goes an extra 30 yards out. You keep running, but your healer's always going to keep running away. And what this is going to do is the paladin here is going to run over here, and then he's going to be chasing. And eventually these DPS, since they have like heroic leap, 2 charges, they're going to be all the way over here, and the paladin's going to be like lacking back here, and you're going to have these guys like way out here. So this is what we want to have happen. Now, what usually happens when you're playing solo queue, usually what happens is we're gonna reset the positions here. So let's start here. Put our wild charge back. This is what usually happens. So you're gonna dot them up, do your bash beam go, you're gonna leap to your healer, you're gonna stampeding roar, and so you leap to your healer, stampeding roar, these guys come over, and your shaman or healer is just not going to move. They're just going to stay here. So now the pally's here, and since your shaman's not moving, maybe your shaman goes out here. You leap to them or whatever, you get distance, and then your shaman just stays here, and then he goes back here as the melee cleave come up to you. Right? So then you go back to him, and the melee cleave go back here, and the healer stays right here. The issue with this is the enemy healer never moves their character. You want to make sure that you're making cross-map plays with melee cleaves. So if you get to positions like this, where you have the warrior on you over here, your shaman's back here, the DK is still trying to chase, say the paladin's lacking behind, then we have lightning lasso goes like right here. We can lightning lasso. Say this is a paladin, we can Hajj, we can Holy Priest chastise, Mistweaver Monk sweep, and we can like send incarnate 100 of this warrior. So positioning is really important, and it relies heavily on your healer pre-kiting you the whole game around the map. I've played a lot of games with a lot of rank 1 healers, and they don't seem to like get this. They do this back and forth thing. They keep going back and forth, but they're not really playing to punish one of the melee DPS, and punish the enemy's healer's positioning. With Corey, like basically my main healer for DH Boomy, we've kind of worked through this, and then he pre-kites me, and every melee cleave we fight, it's like so easy. But I want to show you guys let's see here. I'm going to show you guys a video of what happens when the positioning doesn't like plan that way. I'll show you why it gets really difficult. Especially say this wasn't a paladin, or say this healer wasn't a paladin, and we're doing this back and forth positioning. Say it wasn't a paladin. Say put these all back. I guess the melee would be right here. The shaman's like moving out into the open, not really taking advantage of the healer's positioning. If this was like a resto druid, he would just spam cyclone on everybody, and like it gets really bad. But if you kite them out here, your shaman, like you kite them out here, your shaman leads you. Leap to your shaman. Your shaman leads you. Keep kiting, shamans keep going. Keep kiting. Leap to your shaman. Eventually, you'll have so much more mobility than these melee DPS. Like, they just won't be able to get to you, and they're just going to be stuck here, like, no mobility, and you're just going to be spam casting, like, 100k DPS on these people. And that's what you want. If you don't end up getting this kiting pattern, what ends up happening is the Boomy has to play right here. The shaman's back here. Boomy has to play right here, spam, like, try to fake kick some precog. And if they don't get that, then they're just going to take so much damage. It's going to your healer. It's going to, like, it's just a complete disaster into a lot of melee cleaves, especially if you fight, like, demon hunters right now. Demon hunters, it's so important that you get them in this situation where you have a lightning lasso go and the healer's far back and the DK can't peel. Demon hunters are very exploitable by stuns. So let me go over this video real quick. Let's see, it's a solo shuffle game. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I'm sure every single game I play it happens, but we're gonna look at this one. Wait, is this a solo shuffle game? No, this is, go back a little. Where's the Outlaw Rogue one? Here it is. Okay. Okay, so this game we have RMP Meeper on our team. Now RMP Meeper is like a multi-rank 1 healer, but the same concept, like this is like almost a message to my healers to like know how to play with the Boomy against melee cleaves, because sometimes they just want you to spam fake kicks and try to win, but usually that's just like super risky and not even that worth. If you just kite them out, like it's basically a free win.
Meep again, gosh dang it.
We're gonna mute this. Okay, so notice this positioning. So this is the same map from before. We have the 3 pillars. Fighting Outlaw Rogue Warrior. Since Outlaw Rogues don't have like the craziest opener, usually if you can get combat, it's pretty good. You get combat. Getting back here. Okay, they're going me. I'm doing my burst right away, so I'm not kiting yet. I'm gonna send my burst first. And yeah, this is looking good. So my healer's on the opposite side of their healer. Perfect. This is exactly what we want to see. This is, right now, this game is going perfectly in terms of positioning. As we can see, our damage is looking great. Now, what do we do from here? They have Earthen Wall Totem, and my Incarn kind of out of AP, kind of really out of damage. I could cast damage into the Earthen Wall, but not really that worth it. So I'm going to leap out here, and I'm going to Stampeding Roar my healer. So right now we are here. We leaped our healer. Let's take a priest here. Let's take a priest. So we leaped our priest, and let's take a rogue and a warrior. Okay. So the rogue and warrior are here. I leaped Stampeding Roar my priest. Now what we want to do here is, let's say our where's our, well, enemy shaman right here. So what we want to do here is we want to have the priest lead us with that stampeding roar, and we keep running, and we make the shaman like fall behind. We want him to like not be able to catch up, and we outrange totems this way. It's like insanely powerful if we position this way. So let's see what we do. So we have the stampeding roar, and I'm doing damage. Great, I got my positioning. But now look at this. Our healers should be going this way. Our healers should be going this way. We should never be going towards the enemy healer as our healer, because I want to kite them out. If I'm like tethered to my healer, like I have to go back to him to kite. So if I go way out there, I'm gonna get ranged for my healer and I won't get heals. So look where my healer is. Prime example. My healer, instead of going here while I'm over here in the melee right here, he goes right here. So this is like the worst spot to be in. Absolute worst spot to be in. Like this just, it's so free. Like the game is just instantly won if we kite away. If we constantly kite away. And this isn't just Meep. Like I'm not trying to like target Meep or anything. This is every healer I play with. Unless I tell them specifically, this is every single healer I play with. It's just some healer knowledge, but it's also booming knowledge. You can like tell your healers how to play. So like I leap to my healer, I'm trying to like reverse the direction, maybe we go around this way. So that's what I try to do. I'm gonna reverse the direction here, I'm gonna go this way. But Meep is all the way in our starting room. So if I run this way, I'm gonna range him and line him. If I go this way, I'm going towards their healer and I won't be able to cast any damage. So yeah, now our positioning is this. Our healer's in our starting room. These guys are on me. The shaman's right here. And if I leap, I go to him. If I leap this way, I die to the rogue, and the shaman CCs. So this is why you want to have, instead you want your priest here. Warrior's chasing, rogue's chasing, probably a little faster. You're here, or priest leads you, you get to priest leads you, you get to priest leads you. That's what you want to see. I can actually control Z it back. Okay, nice. But we're here right now. This is where we're at. And look how much damage I take. Like they have so much CC, so like they have 3 kicks, they have reflects, they have cloaks, vanishes, grounds. If I try to clone here, there's just no point. Like I need to get away and we just die. They get so much uptime, we just die. So that did not work. Now let's see if there's another game. I think we, okay. So we're just gonna watch this game out, see how it plays. Yeah, get precog, a little random. Get grounding totem. But notice how like I try to go for clones and the rogue just cloaks. Like if I were to clone the rogue there, it would have been so sad he would have just cloaked and then like kicked the next one on their healer. He could have kicked that one on the healer too. But see how this game is going when I'm not kiting? Like we are clearly under so much pressure. I need to be kiting these totems out. And I need to be putting these people in a poor position to be able to kill. But here, see our healer's just back here. Our healer needs to be at the pillar and we need to run circles every single time. And this is almost every map into melee cleaves. You want to try to run circles, have your healer lead you, leap to them, have your healer lead you. So yeah. Now we're gonna go over another game. Let's see here. Let's see. I think how many? I think this is about the same. Okay. So in this game, we're playing with meh. This is like BlizzCon champion healer. Like, this is the best healer. Like, arguably the best, like, priest in the game. I don't even know if it's arguable. I think he just is. Now, what we're doing here is, it's not 3 pillars, it's 4 pillars, and it's actually a bigger map. It's really nice for cutting around. I'll show you what I mean by having your healer lead you. So I do my damage. We get our burst off. Now they have their burst, they revived. They have the momentum, now I need a kite. Our healer presses Guardian Angel, so I can actually be a little bit more aggressive here. Get the stuns out, swap the clone, want to clone CDs. I leave to my healer, and now I'm going to start doing this kiting rotation. Now, my healer's a little bit behind me, so what's going to happen here is, once they connect to me, I'm going to try to reverse the rotation around. We can't really always force one direction, so I'm going to try to kind of work with my healer. This is getting a little tricky. Our healer's like kind of staying in the same general area, like did get CC'd there. But there we go. Now we're moving. Now we can start doing that kiting rotation. So I'll probably root him. And then I'll probably leap at some point here. We actually have a lot of momentum. So we're trying to potentially win here. But right here, our healer should be like 30 yards back, like at this point, hopefully. I guess they're hitting our DH a little, but right here, this is what will become a problem. I'll show you right here. We might just win this game fast, I don't know, but these guys like aren't getting kited very well. They're just kind of running away a lot. Okay. So I want to leap. I stampeding roar. He does get CC'd. But basically we want our healer we want to be kiting around the whole time. If we kite him around the whole time, they're forced to hit our demon hunter. And I'm just going to be max parsing damage. Because like look at my damage this game right now. It's like 55k DPS. Because I'm not really able to drag him out like I would want to. So our healer is kind of doing this thing where, let's say our priest, Druid, we're kind of doing this thing where we go back and forth on pillars. We go back and forth. I leap to him. And then he goes far out. But instead of going here, instead of going adjacent, we need to go far out this direction over here. It's like this is where I'm trying to go. I'm trying to go laps. I'm trying to go laps into every single melee cleave. So I keep trying to like kite and like reverse the rotation, but we never actually get the rotation going, which means they get a bunch of uptime and I can't actually kite these people out. Here we Guardian, so we're just chilling. But if you guys see what I mean, I'm going to see if I can find one last game, and then should be good. I'm not sure if it's this game. We started doing it a little bit better towards the end, because I was trying to communicate it a little bit more. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I think this is a good game. So basically what we want to see here is I want to go in, I want to go right here. I want to send my burst, and then our healer's playing right here. I leap to him and we start cutting around. We just start cutting around in circles. Because believe it or not, DHs are kiteable. You can kite a DH. Okay, we do our burst. Nice. And now we want to kite. Because they have zone, they have CDs up. Can't really counter pressure when they have Incarn up too. But we do pop Guardian. So, a little bit stationary. Now here's looking good. Our priest is like running out. Gets gripped in. Not a lot we can do at this point. Our priest is just getting CC'd. Spam CC'd. But here we go. So I'm trying to like pull him back here. And then I'm going to reverse rotation and we start running laps. This is what I'm trying to do. We see how our priest is going here. Like unless our priest is going to cross all the way around me like 30 yards. It's just not that worth. We fear. But see how our priest is going towards the enemy healer? Like we want to be going away. If we always go away, my damage is going to stay super high. We might win this game. I'm not sure. Forget. I'm assuming we probably don't. But see, we're going to get into this Rested Druid situation where we're going to kite towards our healer and the Rested Druid is going to be able to free clone because I'm going to be just completely... Like when we kite the melee DPS to their healer, they're going to get spam heals for free. They're not going to be dragged away behind pillar and take a lot of damage and have to run away. Instead, they're going to get free heals, and which means this healer is going to be able to clone pretty relaxed. Yeah, so right here he's kind of looking for clones, gets feared. I'm just trying to get away. I'm trying to run laps, but our priest is like kind of tethered between two pillars. But try to get over here. I'm trying to go towards their healer, drag the melee on me, and then try to reverse the rotation. So our priest is going over here. Nice. Okay, now we're finally maybe doing it. Now we're finally maybe doing it. Nice. There we go. And our priest just needs to keep jetting out to the side here. I don't really necessarily want to kite them onto my priest, but I guess our priest does get gripped in there. But our priest never gets gripped in if I'm getting my kiting rotation because they're going to spam grip me. They won't be able to get to me. But see how we haven't like left this area? Like it is possible to move our characters and get out of this area and kite them. It is possible. I'm just like tethered to my priest the whole game because we're not moving. And it is Holy Priest, so Holy Priest might be the hardest healer to move because they have to like cast smites, they have to cast flash of lights to get serenities and chastises. So could just be Holy Priest, but we're never really getting that nice rotation. We're never really kiting people around the map. I don't really have an example of where we do kite them around the map because I would have to like dig through some VODs of playing with Corey. But if you can get the rotation where you are doing, like, you're here, you're kiting with your Sham, kiting with your healer. If you're doing this the whole game, and melee are trying to chase you, eventually you're going to get a stun and an Incarn behind a pillar, and you're just going to kill them. Especially with Demon Hunter, they're so exploitable by this kind of kiting. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share today. Little kiting guide, kiting with your healer guide. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.